Have you ever said this sentence? Time flies, especially after 40. But that's not really true. Time didn't suddenly accelerate after your 30s. Life didn't start moving faster. We just stopped creating moments worth remembering. That's the real reason years suddenly disappear. Stay with me, because once you understand why, you can take back time and feel alive again. Think back to childhood or your 20s. Every year felt huge because every year was packed with first times. First love, first heartbreak, first job, first adventure, first apartment, first risk, first success, first failure. Every moment had novelty, emotion, uncertainty, discovery. You felt alive, not because you were young, but because life was new. Now compare that to adulthood. We don't experience first times anymore. We experience repeats. Adulthood becomes a cycle. Wake up, work, dinner, screen, sleep. Weekdays blend into weekends. Months blend into seasons. Birthdays arrive too quickly, and one day you look back and think, how is it already 2025? When did my kids get so big? Where did the last decade go? It's not age, it's repetition. The brain only creates memory when something emotionally matters, and routine carries almost no emotion. We didn't run out of time, we just stopped noticing it. For most people, the crisis comes quietly. Not a breakdown, not a disaster, not a tragedy. It's this sentence. Is this really all there is? A stable life becomes a quiet prison, a job we don't hate but don't love, a routine we don't question because it's normal, dreams we shelf because now is not the right time, a version of ourselves that feels smaller than the one we once imagined. This isn't failure, it's sleepwalking. Millions of people are alive, but not living. Here's the good news, and it's scientifically proven. When you introduce newness, time expands again. You don't need to be younger, you need to be awake. To stretch your life again, learn something new. Even 30 minutes a week rewires your identity. Visit new places. They don't have to be far, just unfamiliar. Make new friendships. Adults forget how to connect. Fix that. Try something you're bad at. Discomfort creates growth. Growth becomes memory. Chase a dream you paused. If it mattered once, it still matters. Do things that scare you just enough. Fear becomes fuel. You don't need to fix your entire life. You just need to break the loop. One new thing per week, and life slows down again. And if you think it's too late, look at the people who proved time wrong. Vera Wang designed her first dress at 40. Samuel L. Jackson got his breakthrough role at 46. Colonel Sanders franchised KFC at 62. Stan Lee created Spider-Man at 39. Julia Child published her first cookbook at 49. Grandma Moses started painting professionally at 78. They didn't get lucky. They started living again. Now let me ask you something. If you could bring back one dream you paused, what would it be? Say it in the comments, not for the algorithm, but to remind yourself that it's still there, and it's still yours. Life doesn't get shorter after 40. We just stop chasing the moments that make life unforgettable. But the second half of life is not a sequel. It is not the leftovers. It is not the decline. It is the reward for surviving everything so far. The years ahead can be deeper, wiser, more intentional, and more you than anything that came before. The chapter that matters most is the one you decide to write now. Second life begins, not at 20, not at retirement, but the moment you choose to live again. If this hit you, if something inside you woke up, then you're exactly who this channel is built for. Subscribe to Second Life Begins, because this isn't motivation, it's a revolution of identity.